Ready for weight loss finally for 2025? Ready to get started and rev up your body? Get your body healthy to lose the weight and do it right the first time. Finally, forever, permanent weight loss? Well, I know how to take you there. So hang out with me, whether you can DIY it, which takes a little while longer, but if you want to fast track this and you've got an event for 2025, I'm your girl. I'm your practitioner, and you're going to have me in my back pocket, because that's what I do, personalized one-on-one weight loss support as I get your body healthy to lose the weight. Because I don't put you on a diet. I guide you into a lifestyle change. Hello, welcome to join me. So excited to have you here. I just really was excited to just come in here and give you more information about how you can lose the weight, but not only lose the weight, how you can get healthy to manage that weight loss to be the last time you ever have to lose weight so you can feel great in your body, reclaim your life where you're at. In your 50s, your 60s, or your 70s, you do not have to age old and decrepit and have a disease and feel uncomfortable and have pain in your body. I want people to know, I want you guys to know, you don't have to live with pain. Isn't that exciting? Did you know you could turn it off? Unless you've had a motorcycle accident, a car accident, you've got some mechanical issues that I can't change. You're probably already working with a physician for that. But if it's just inflammation, if your body is in pain because of the food you're eating, the wheat you're eating, the sugar you're eating, the carbs you're eating that are poisoning your body, and you have pain and inflammation, that's what arthritis is. It's not wear and tear on your body. It's pain, and it's in your joints, and it's in your muscles. It's because you've got fatty liver or fatty pancreas, because that's what I see in the labs. And so what's really cool about my job is I get to run 3 to 6 diagnostic labs to help my clients find their hidden healing opportunities and weight loss blocks. This is so exciting because that's what I was doing this morning. I was analyzing 2 gut tests. I'm looking to see where their healing opportunities are and what it is that they need per their health optimization, their health intake, their metabolic analysis, and what their goals and visions are. And I put all of that together. I put all the labs out in front of me, the health intake, the metabolic analysis, and I analyze everything based on you, your personalized needs, your goals and visions, and where you need to go and what you need to do. That's the power of one-on-one with a practitioner who is a obesity survivor who's lost 100 pounds, lives the lifestyle. You get my lived experience. Don't underestimate the power of 2 people working together in a partnership and a collaboration to get all of this organized. And you need to get excited, because if you got fear and if you get doubt and you let those rule your life, you shrink your brain and you end up not being able to succeed at what you need to do because you were afraid to step forward. Take a look at the reel that I just posted today. It's super exciting. So I am part of a mastermind, and I joined because I don't know what I need to know to build my business to be more powerful, to support you so that the business succeeds for long term, and I can help as many people as who want to invest in themselves. So I invest in a mentor. And you know what? I have been doing this all along. I didn't even realize it too much until I started thinking more about it. I have been part of 3 powerful masterminds already, because you just don't know what you don't know. And you need to hang out with people who know how to get you where you want to go. And that's how I started the keto diet, the bulletproof diet. I didn't know that I needed it. I didn't know what I was getting into, but I got excited. And I was ready to try something new, because what I'd done before didn't work. When you're on diets and you eat low calorie and you eat low fat, they don't work, because it's not long-term and sustainable. It's only using willpower, and eventually hunger will win over and you will gain all the weight back. And you will just gain the fat back, because when you go on a low-calorie diet, you lose your fat, your muscles. You lose your muscles and your bones and your fat, and you shrink your brain. And so if you're not getting the right amount of fat for your brain, you're going to have more Alzheimer's and dementia issues. And so that's one of my focuses, is brain health, not having depression, having better brain health, and getting your brain back on track. So you could be more like yourself again, feel like yourself again, not have malaise, not have fatigue, not have brain fog, not have brain dysfunction, not have cognitive dysfunction if you don't have to, but you just don't know what you don't know. So when I say you don't have to, when you flip your sugar switch off, stop the disease-causing genes to express bad situations and express better health, like I did with myself, when you practice epigenetics, which is just expressing your DNA in a healthy way or in an unhealthy way. So if you're eating fast food all the time with bread and eating all the sugar and having ice cream every night and eating popcorn, even rice cakes is sugar. When you eat too much carbohydrates in your body, you gum up your system, you keep your sugar switch turned on, and you have disease happening in your body. And so I look at my process, my holistic low carb method for women over 50. If you're over 50 in your 60s, if you're in menopause, even if you're approaching menopause or maybe you're early menopause, you're going to have low hormones, and we're going to end up with more bone dysfunction, osteoporosis, sarcopenia, which is muscle loss, and dementia issues for the brain. So you have to put your body back together again, and you have to fix your metabolism. So I don't put you on a diet. I help you design your low-carb lifestyle to age beautifully and adventurously, and you get to do it with me. And I'm going to use my lived experience of losing 100 pounds in menopause as a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner and all my education. And I've read hundreds of books and I listen to hundreds of podcasts because this is my passion. And it's my honor to guide you, if you want it, to come and get one-on-one support. If you're ready and in action, this is what I do. This is what I love. I've been onboarding 2 new clients this week, another one last week, and I'm super excited to see all the results they're getting. It is so empowering for them every week to get the wins and to know that they have somebody in their back pocket who has their best interest at heart and who's going to find their hidden healing opportunities and weight loss blocks. I don't put you on a diet. You can go DIY yourself in a group coaching program, and there's a lot of amazing group coaching programs out there if that's what you thrive in. But if you want that one-on-one support to get that extra special touch and to get the results this year, not get lost, but get it going in the direction you need to go so that you don't fall into pitfalls, into pit holes in the road, and that you don't go in the wrong direction. There's so many people that I've met and that I work with who get on the right diet. It feels right for them, but they don't get the results they're looking for. Or they're white-knuckling it. Or they're gaining weight and they thought they were doing everything right. Or when all of a sudden keto or carnivore doesn't work because it just didn't work. Well, why? There's a few things that you could do, and I'm always going to find out how to guide you and course correct you, because I will do the deep dive and find out the answers that you need. That's what I do in my program. That's how I invested in this. When you work with someone who owns their program, it is invested in it and has a one-on-one coaching program. Yes, it's an investment because you're going to get quick results, and results that you get this year because you're going to be educated to understand how to do this all the time so that you get to fast track your life. I'm so excited to be able to help you do what you need to do. See, when we do hard things, trying to come into my thoughts here, but when we do hard things, they initially feel hard, but you get used to them. They become normal and easy. It's the same thing with lifestyle changes. And doing the trapeze, that was the very first time I did a trapeze. That was scary. It was very intimidating, but I had support. And I had people guiding me, and they knew where I needed to go and what I needed to do, just like my mentors do for me in my business and for my mental nervous system regulation. Because if you don't have a nervous system that's regulated, you're not going to really get very far anywhere. And that all comes down to the proper nutrition, the proper lifestyle factors, and the proper hormone balance, and even gut health. When you get all of those lined up, your body's going to run like a well-oiled machine, because in a way we're a human machine. And it's designed to thrive. It's designed to get into homeostasis. But you have to take away all the things that are causing the dysfunction of the hormones and the dysfunction of what's happening in your body that's not working for you. So that's what we do when we run the 6 diagnostic labs. So my signature 6-month program, I'm super excited about it. I've just been fine-tuning it more, and I'm developing it more and more as I go along. But what I'm excited about it is it's going to get you the results you need. It does take 6 months to really get you going in the right direction, to set this in, to really look at this as a lifestyle and to get the results you want to have and the education you need to take it on your own. And even with my 1-year program, it might seem like a lot of time, But I've got, like, I'm finalizing a call with a client from last year that I worked with her most of the year, and we're finalizing a call. I'm giving her a bonus call tonight, and so that we can talk and chat. And built a great relationship. It feels really good to be able to build these relationships with you, because it's an honor for me to get to know you. And the more I know you, the more I know what you need. And sometimes I don't know what you need until I hear what you say. And as we get to know each other and feel comfortable with each other, then you let more out, and I can start to see and feel what you need. And so when I look at your weight loss and diabetes solution, what I am truly looking at is your health optimization process in your body so that you can live longer. Because nobody should have to die. Nobody should have to be sick. But the medical system isn't going to give you the right information as to what you need to do for your body. You need to hang out with naturopathic doctors, with acupuncturists, people who are healing you, who want you to heal at the root cause, at the root level, so that we could find out what's going on in your body. So that's what I do. I help you balance your blood sugar regulation and find the foods that are going to support your body, and make sure you don't eat foods you're sensitive to. Those are all things I'm going to keep an eye on. And then we're going to figure out what your hormones are doing, what your adrenal levels are doing, what your cortisol levels are doing. And I'm going to look at your gut health, what your stomach levels are, what your bacteria are. I just found someone with candida and H. pylori and dysbiosis in her gut. And she can't heal and doesn't have the energy, and her brain doesn't feel good. She knows she doesn't have herself. Something's wrong. She knew something was wrong. We found some hidden healing opportunities. That was just one test. I can't wait to help her find all the rest of them. It is so empowering to see that's on paper what's actually happening in your body. But these aren't labs that the medical system runs. They're only run by functional diagnostic nutrition, naturopathic doctors, functional nutrition practitioners, who will run a Dutch Complete, who will run a GM map test, who will run an MRT, food sensitivity test, who will run a permeability and metabolic panel, and even a hair tissue mineral analysis. When you get all of that, you win, because you're mapping out your body as to what you need to do. And I work virtually. You do not need to live close to me. If you did my 1-year program, you will be with me one-on-one on a retreat in Sedona, because that's where the activation happens. When you hang out with me and see my energy and feel how I am, if you want that energy, if you want to be like that, you can create it. It took me 9 years to dial all this in, but I succeeded at 60 years old and had the energy and the health to hike down the Grand Canyon on the North Rim, all the way across the river to the South Rim and up again 10 miles. That was 24 miles or more. I forgot exactly. And yeah, my knees got sore at 20 miles, so I took an ibuprofen. But I felt amazing when I got up there. No leg pain, no muscle cramps or nothing, because I was totally hydrated and my minerals are dialed in. No pain whatsoever in my legs when I got up top. Of course, after the day, they were definitely sore. Even the next day they were sore, and the day after that they were sore. But basically 48 hours my muscles were working. They were working and they were sore, but I had no pain. And so there's a difference there. When you use your body and make it strong and do things that are hard, you win. Like that trapeze I did. Check out my reel and leave a comment. It was intimidating, but you know what? I did it. And every time you do something that is hard, you're able to win and go and do other things that are hard, because you're a badass woman now, right? We're aging beautifully because we can and we choose to. When I scaled Angel's Landing at Zion, I didn't even think about it really. I'm just like, I haven't done that yet. Let's go do it. I won the lotto. I got a campsite. I was doing it. That was intimidating. But I'm like, okay, I'm here. I could turn around and go back if I want to. No one's going to know the difference if I didn't do this. But I went there to do that. And I did it. And once I got to the top, I was the winner. I loved it. It was great. And then I walked down. It was easier than I thought. And I'm like, oh, it really wasn't as hard as I thought it was. I'd do it again. But I'd like to walk the Narrows in the water, and I haven't done that part yet. So when you actually get out and get your body hiking, get your body moving, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to program your body for energy. Your muscles are going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. When I first walked down the Bright Angel Trail at the south rim of the Grand Canyon back in maybe 2015, 2016, before I started keto. I had excruciating knee pain, degenerating knee pain, knee issues, and arthritis developing. I was still eating low carb, cutting back on sugar. I thought I was eating healthy. I was eating goji berries and trail mix all the time. But it was still too much sugar and carbs for my body to heal because I had pre-diabetes and I was degenerating. I was going towards ill health. But I did that hike, excruciating pain. I went all the way down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. I felt great coming up because it didn't yet hurt all of my legs, just hurt as my knees when I was going downhill. And I had that as I was practicing. I noticed it too over the year that I practiced before that hike. But you know what? I would go back every year, every 2 years to the Grand Canyon, and that is my healing journey. I go back there and I walk down to see if I could do it again. It's see if I have any pain. It's just like when I used to check the mirrors to see if I gained any weight. I never gained any. You know, I would gain the weight, lose it, gain it. I would always check the mirrors at the mall. Those escalators had those big giant mirrors to see if I was going to gain the weight. Now I can skip on a scale and I don't gain weight. And I'm like, well, geez, ate whatever I wanted and I didn't gain weight. It's really food freedom when you get to that point where you don't have to worry about your health and that your weight stays off. And even if it doesn't, that's what I was explaining to one of my clients. She's only 130 pounds. She wants to lose the weight and she's doing it with me. And I'm giving her the tips and the tricks on how to make that stick and how to get her body optimized. And you better believe it. She thinks that's an investment in herself because it is. And I'm honored to be on that journey. I want to go back to the Grand Canyon a little bit because I've got another trip planned later this year with a friend to go back. But you know what's really interesting is recently when I was putting together my 1 year program, program with the 3-night retreat in Sedona. Well, on that last day as we leave Sedona, it's going to be going up the road to Oak Creek and into Flagstaff. And then it's a day at the Grand Canyon as well. Because you know what? I think everybody needs to activate their health adventure lifestyle out in nature. Feel the energy. Understand what it is that you want and why you want a body that's working the way you want it to work. So you can feel amazing in your body and have a brain that's functioning. And I wanted to end this trip at the Grand Canyon because it's so empowering. And when I get to Sedona, I don't ever want to go home right away. I just want to go back to the Grand Canyon because that's where my heart is and my soul is because that's my healing journey. When we get out in nature, when we get that light bounce off mountains and trees and into us, we can thrive and have more energy. When I exercise outside, I feel joy bubble up in my body. And I get that joy because I have ketones in my brain from the food I eat and from burning my body fat because my body is designed now. I redesigned it to be a fat burner, to be metabolically active. And I just don't stray onto the poison foods that I don't want to eat that are going to mess up my brain and my body. I took a long time to get here. You know, I lost my 30s and 40s to obesity and depression and asthma. I don't want to go back there. So when you find your why, when you find your vision as to what you want to do and how you want to look and how you want to feel, it's not just about the weight. How do you want to feel? How do you want to live? Do you want to turn off the pain? The pain is inflammation. It is not something you have to deal with. If you look up anything in Google, it'll tell you, oh, these are not curable. These are not something that you can change. These are something that you're stuck with. So don't go there. If you want to study something, put functional medicine in there first and look for those with functional medicine practitioners, naturopaths who are giving you the right information. That's what I look for. I like to study Dr. Jockers. You can find a lot of good stuff on him. He studies the ketogenic diet. There's Dr. William Davis. He's got a health podcast out there. I already told you about, I think I told you about Georgia Ede, change your food, change your diet, change your brain. And also Dr. Palmer, Chris Palmer, his book out there, Brain Energy. That was what I had problems with. I had problems with depression. I couldn't focus. I couldn't manage. I was anxious. I lived in an anxious state. And I couldn't turn that off as long as sugar was in my diet, honey was in my diet, and wheat turns to sugar. And so if you look at your vision and your goals and decide how you want to live, then it makes it easier to make a lifestyle change, not go on a diet, because diets don't work. How many of you here were on that diet roller coaster ride? You would do the low calorie, you would count all the calories, you try to over exercise, you could do it for a while, and then hunger wins out and you just stop. And maybe you lost a little bit and then you felt proud about yourself, and then you ate the thing. And then all of a sudden you ate everything. And then all of a sudden all the weight comes back. I've been there. I did it. I lived that way. But we can turn it off. But the only way to turn it off, and this is coming from an obesity survivor who's lost 100 pounds, the only way to turn this off and get your body back, to have a brain that functions, to not have disease, is to get into a low-carb lifestyle. Now, whether that is just standard low-carb, whether you want to be keto, whether you want to be carnivore, just get started. Download my e-recipe book at my website. It's $9.99. It's got the recipes I use to lose 100 pounds, the ones that my favorites. Plus, it's a guide, and it talks about my food bridge process. And there's so many other things that I have in there that I'm guiding you towards. Because I want you to succeed. Nobody should have to have ill health, have to worry about getting cancer and then die young. But when you understand that you have the control, that fat is just an endocrine organ and that you can actually control it by what you do with your body, by what you eat, you can program your body with the right food for your diet, for yourself. That's all it comes down to. It's a choice. Sure, it can be hard. So is the trapeze and the Angel's Landing and even the Grand Canyon. I didn't say it was easy. I just said I felt good. Hiking down from the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, by 5 miles down, I was shaking. I was trying to hold my camera to take a picture of the waterfall, and I was shaking because I was using my body, and my core needed to be stronger, and I'm sure I built it up that day. But it wasn't easy, but it was exciting. And so that's what you need to look at. Things don't have to be easy. They just have to get excited about them and just do them. And when you hire on a mentor or work with a practitioner for your weight loss like me, I'm going to be able to guide you and show you what it is that you don't know what to do, to go in the right direction. That's what mentors do for you. We guide you in the right direction. That was what my mentor did for me when she put me on that trapeze. She knew that her mastermind group needed to be shaken up a little bit and do something hard, and that then feels easy, so that we can get pushed outside of our comfort zone to try to do harder things to be more successful, or to do things that are not necessarily hard. They're out of your comfort zone. It's not something you know to do, but once you get guided into it, it becomes easy and natural and known. That's how you do it. When you get excited about a lifestyle change, when you can write down all your goals and tell yourself exactly what it is you're doing, and then you write down all of your wins, and you need to celebrate those wins every week. You know what one of my wins are, or one of the things I'm celebrating with some of my wins? I bought some flowers for my pot, and I hadn't done that in like 2 years because I was going through a divorce, building this business, and just didn't have the mindset for it. So I put the flowers down. I had enough dirt in the yard to plant some of the flowers, but there's 2 that did not get planted and they need soil. So one of the things I want to celebrate this week is to get out and get some soil so I could plant my flowers. And it's been too cold this past week anyway, but hopefully on Friday, temperature is going down a little bit and there needs to be soil in those pots. So that's something exciting that I want to do. I don't know. This is a fun fact about me. Now, you probably may or may not know this about me unless you've been following more. But here's something else that I do. I have a victory garden. Every time I finished the Adapt Functional Health Coaching program, I bought a tree. I celebrated and went to Yosemite. I celebrate life. I get out there and live life. Because what is life if you don't get out there and live it? And then when I succeed at things, I go and I buy another plant and I do my garden. And I love my garden, and it gives me peace, and it has dirt, and I can get out there and ground. I could pick up the weeds. I can move my irises around. I can trim things. I can look at the beautiful flowers in spring. It's a haven for my birds who sing for me because I feed them, and the cats who run around and play there and chase leaves and lizards. That makes me happy. That brings in joy. When you get outside and touch the earth and put sun in your eyes, that's the other half of weight loss. Because if you don't manage your nervous system, being on the right diet isn't going to give you all the results you want. Because a lot of people who come to me find out that they did a keto diet, they did a low carb diet, they're trying carnivore, and it's not working. It's not working because there's something that's interfering with your body's metabolism or hormones or gut health, and your body stalls out and you can't lose the weight because you have a block, a weight loss block. And so what I like to do is run those 6 diagnostic labs for you so that you can find your weight loss blocks, so that you can lose the weight naturally. My 100-pound weight loss is permanent. I don't ever have to lose it again. I can fine-tune it. I can lose another 5 pounds. And when my nervous system's ready for that, I'm going to do it. But my body might even do it more naturally as I get my nervous system regulated. Because that is part of living in a world we're living in where stress matters. If we're supporting other people, we're supporting ourselves, we're living in a toxic environment and we have stress because we work. We have to regulate our nervous system to lose the weight as well. So even if you're on a perfect diet, it may not be perfect for your body or your nervous system because there's blocks that you need to locate and find. And going into other programs is always really good, getting information, and I do that for myself, going into different programs. But if you want that one-on-one personalized support for yourself, so you get results this year based on your lab results, so you can get it quickly done and you don't ever have to think about it or do it again, except for give yourself a tune-up once a year to find out what could go askew or what needs to be corrected. Because health should be a health hobby. That's why I call my program a health adventure experience for women over 50, because it's something you want to create a lifestyle around that is something you do every day and tweak every day and become intuitive at. You cannot do intuitive eating on carbohydrates because you crave those, because you're addicted to sugar and addicted to the wheat. There's no such thing as eating in moderation at that point, and there's no such thing as intuitive eating because it's not going to work. You want to get healthy to lose the weight naturally by protecting your heart, protecting your muscles, protecting your bones, protecting your brain, turning off your disease-causing genes, and living for longevity. And longevity just equals healthy aging. But what if you can do that? And you can. I'm doing it. And so it's my pleasure and my honor to be able to inspire and motivate you, to let you know that you can do this too. I used to have melanoma on the side of my neck. It popped out a year after I started keto. What does that mean? We'll find out in 20 years, but I'm pretty sure I detoxed it. What do we have growing in our bodies? And this is not necessarily to scare people, but just to make you aware that we all have cancer cells, we all have candida, we all have things in our body. We have good bacteria and bad bacteria, and there can be a balance, and then we stay healthy. But when there's an imbalance and inflammation and dysbiosis, and you're feeding your bad bacteria, then you'll get candida, overgrowth, and more inflammation. It's as simple as that. And so even though I know what you don't know, and you don't know what you need to know, that's why you don't always overthink things. You don't want to just worry about something and have doubt. You want to get excited. Build your vision, build your goal, and think, in 6 months, this is what I want. I want to be wearing this outfit, or I want to buy a new swimsuit, and I want to go to the islands. And I want to feel comfortable in my body. You get to choose that. Make a goal. Because if you don't, you're not going to achieve it. So I make goals all the time to try to achieve them. And yes, we do have to push through the fear. We do have to push through the doubt. But we follow the mentors that are guiding us, who've been there before us, who have the results that we want to have. That's what I've been doing. And that's why I'm successful at what I'm doing. But I'm a woman just like you, a woman in menopause. And as a practitioner and business woman and business owner, my holistic low-carb method is a proven method and the number one process for women over 50 that works. So check out my website, check out my testimony page, check out, pick up my recipe book for you can DIY it yourself. And if you would like to jump on a call, just DM me and say weight loss, and I'll send you my calendar link. All right, guys, you take good care, and thank you for joining me today. Did anybody have any questions? Let me check this out. I don't see any other questions. I do work virtually. I help people in the UK. I help people in Australia. You have different labs, but we will get you labs nonetheless. So, yeah, I'm here for you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.